Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about high blood pressure, why people get it, what it takes to reverse that. I'm Linda, I'm a certified naturopathic doctor, and I help people learn what it really takes to reverse disease and heal. Regenerative detoxification is your golden key to health. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want someone who will do more than just give you gimmicks and talk about this deficiency and that deficiency, I tell you the honest truth like a good mother. I tell you what you need to know and not what you want to hear. The body works together as a whole. So you can't just take one thing and think that it's going to heal everything in your body. So you have to look at it as a whole thing. Good health is more than a vitamin and mineral deficiency. The body works together as a whole. With that said, let's dive into our topic today, which is high blood pressure. What are some things that causes it, and how can you reverse that? Okay, so let me look at my notes here. Okay, so one thing you will need to understand is that if you have high blood pressure and you aren't taking care of that, it can increase your risk of a stroke or a heart attack. Okay, so a stroke, because if constant high blood pressure can put strain on the blood vessels and the little capillaries and cause them to bleed. Okay, they get weak and then that can cause a stroke. A heart attack, because when your blood vessels get weak, or they get clogged up, or the lining of your heart becomes thickened, your heart has to work harder and it gets weaker. So, and sometimes you can't get enough blood through. So, what are some symptoms of high blood pressure? Some people have no symptoms at all. So I know people who run a little hot and they just feel good. They think they feel good, okay? But they're actually a little bit too high. Headaches are a symptom that you could have high blood pressure. Shortness of breath, nosebleeds, feeling anxious. The things that cause it, like I was saying earlier, when plaque begins to build up into the blood vessels, adrenal tumors. So your adrenal glands they sit on top of your kidneys. And if you have a growth on there, it can cause your adrenaline to flow, and that can cause high blood pressure. So certain medications, cold medicines, pain relievers, birth control, and some prescription drugs can raise your blood pressure. Energy drinks. Energy drinks is not something that you want to get into a habit of using. Okay, for one thing, they're very acidic to your body. And if too much of that is going to lower the pH of your body, and that in and of itself will cause deterioration of tissues. Energy drinks also cause your blood or your heart to have to pump harder. It raises your adrenaline, your heart is pumping faster, and so the walls of your heart can become thickened. That can cause a heart failure. Kidney disease, when your kidneys are not releasing fluids. So everything works together, right? Thyroid issues, your thyroid runs your metabolism. That could cause issues. When you're overweight and you just need to lose some weight because you have so much extra pressure from the extra weight on the heart that it makes it work harder. Smoking injures the blood vessels. So, and sometimes smoking, it depends on where it is. It can constrict the blood vessels or it can open them up. However, the smoke itself causes plaque on the walls of the vessels, and that causes things to get sticky and destroys the blood vessel walls. It causes things to attach to the blood vessel walls, blocking it. And so even not just cigarettes, but the vapes are also like that. One thing people don't realize too, that if you have digestive issues and you have your colon and your digestive system is clogged and inflamed, or you have prolapses or ballooning in your gut, that can put pressure up against the heart, because you have right here, you have the transverse colon. Okay, your heart, you see me backwards, I think, from this, but this is where my heart is. Well, when the transverse colon is swollen and inflamed, if the stomach is swollen and inflamed, your heart is right there. So that's going to put pressure on your heart. So like we said, when the kidneys are not functioning, excuse me, and you have a lot of extra fluid because the kidneys aren't functioning, or sometimes we're retaining fluids simply because we have a lot of inflammation. So that's one of the ways the body tries to thin out the congestion and the poisons that are in the system, is they send water in there. So if you have a lot of swelling in your body, that's a hint that there's something wrong and that you need to change your ways, okay? And begin to eat better and get your kidneys filtering and your adrenal glands working well and things like that. So when you have uneven amounts of sodium or potassium in your body, because those are your muscles, which your heart is, run on a sodium potassium pump. They create the energy that it takes to create the electrical currents. So those need to be in order, and you can't just take a potassium supplement or a sodium supplement, because when you take a potassium supplement, your sodium goes low. When you take a sodium supplement, your potassium goes low, okay? So that's why it's important that you get your nutrition from food, because food, God made it so that your body absorbs things in the proper proportion, and your body knows what to do with those when you get them. I hope you're not listening to people that say, oh, you have this deficiency and you have that deficiency. If you have a deficiency in a mineral or in something else is going on. You need to figure out, maybe you're not absorbing your nutrients. Maybe you just need to detox your whole gut and support your digestive system while you're eating fruits and vegetables, okay? Like we had mentioned before, long-term high blood pressure can thicken the walls of the heart, the chambers of the heart where the blood comes in and they pump. Your heart is like a series of pumps, okay? One side of it, blood comes in, the other side it pumps it out. So you have chambers, and when the walls of your heart become thick, those chambers become smaller and more constricted. You have less blood. You can't pump that blood, and so the heart is working harder, and that's heart failure, okay? You can lose, because your blood vessels become destroyed. I mean, you have vessels right throughout your whole body and capillaries throughout your whole body, your brain, your eyes, your liver, your skin, your heart, your digestive tract. Everything is made out of cells, and they have to be fed, right? So these cells are all fed through the blood network and the capillaries. So when those become destroyed, well, you can't get these nutrients into these areas. So the things like, you lose vision, your blood vessels go into the brain. What else? Kidneys, all different areas. So let's talk about what to do about it. First of all, you need to be eating food, regular, real food, not processed food, not fast food, not cooked to death food. okay? Because you're losing so much when you cook. And I know that that's going to be a transition for a lot of you, is that you've been eating so much junk food that you don't even know what it means. You don't know what real food is. You think going to the store and buying a lasagna is real food. All this chemicals and things that are in those foods, they are not good for you, and then they're cooked to death. Pasta, the soy, the hydrogenated foods, and now they're putting crickets and bugs in these things. They've been poisoning us for years, guys. The air, the water, the food. So you have to get away from that, okay? You got to start eating real fruit and vegetables. If you can possibly grow your own, the better. If not, hey. And even if you can't get organic, at least wash the chemicals off before you eat it. The more whole, real foods that you can eat, the better. And if you're eating a lot of fruit, you don't have to drink a lot of water. So you don't have to worry so much about the tap water that's in your house, although you're taking baths in it, right? But if you can get a filter of any kind to clean out your water, do it. But mostly get off the junk food, get off the processed food, and start eating your fruits and your vegetables. That will do so many wonders for you. Your digestion will be better, your energy levels will be better, mental clarity will be better. So change what you're eating, get off the breads and the pastas and the processed foods. Eliminate or limit your protein. Okay, I know that's the big buzz thing right now, and everybody's saying it, even doctors are telling you that. Doctors only get about an hour of nutrition in school, unless they go specifically for that. They're only telling you what they've been hearing themselves, guys, okay? Every book that I've read in the natural health field, except for one, has always said fruits and vegetables, because that is what cleans your body. That's what gives you living energy, okay? And I didn't want to believe it. And I read that whole ketogenic book, and that's where they got the theory of ketogenic diet. And what the problem about that one is that everybody goes to high protein when they do that, and then that just kills you. Look at the things that happen to people on high protein. The colon C word, and the you just get stiff and you start to hurt and your kidneys shut down. Okay, if you're going to have some protein, I'm not against protein. I have it once in a while myself, but you want a good quality of grass, somewhere where you know where that meat or those eggs came from. You want an organic, free-range animal, one that is not given all these antibiotics and things, okay? Because what you eat, you are what you eat, okay? So quality matters especially on that. But you don't have to have that to live. You don't have to have meat to live. Your body, proteins are made from amino acids, and amino acids are in your food. So are in every kind of food. So you don't have to have it, okay? But you can, once in a while. But don't make that your main thing. It's very acidic, and it'll shut down your kidneys, and your body will hurt. And in the long run, you will be sorry. Because I know, because I did that. All right? Anyway, so what you want to do is eliminate a lot of protein. And don't fall for all that fad diet stuff. Okay? Eat living, raw foods that God gave us. Okay, there's certain herbs that dilate the blood vessels, and I wanted to share with you what I have a protocol that is for high blood pressure. Okay, so like I said, nothing is about taking one herb or taking a miracle cure. Okay, because it all begins, you have to allow your body to heal. And so what heals the body? Detoxification, getting out all the poisons that are like stored up in your cell, and then regenerating your tissue. And you regenerate your tissue with good food and herbs. Okay, so this is my favorite. It's an adrenal formula, but your adrenal formula, what it will do is it will help where stress is causing high blood pressure. It will also help. This formula has certain B vitamins in it that help relax the blood vessels so that they're not constricted, that they're relaxed. Okay, so this is a really great formula for adrenal support for people with high blood pressure or people who run high anxiety. Okay, so this one. And then for the liver, because oftentimes their vessels are closed up if you've been on a high protein diet or eating lots of sugar and processed food, your blood's been sticky, your blood vessels are starting to get clogged and destroyed, okay? So this helps to detoxify the liver, regenerate it, helps you to start cleaning out that stuff that's in the blood vessels, okay? That plaque that causes damage to the brain, to the your eyes and all those things. So this is in my high blood pressure formula or protocol. And then last but not least, a urinary formula. Now, why do I have a urinary formula in a high blood pressure kit? Because your kidneys are what releases the fluids that are in your body. If you're retaining fluid, if your top number on your blood pressure is high, you need to support your kidneys because that top number is a representative of the pressure in your kidney and how much retention that you're holding, how many fluids, okay? So this is a great one. Now, your kidneys and your liver, they work together. They're detoxification organs. So they always work together. So if one's down, the other one's down. So that's why you want to work with these together. Okay, now if your bottom pressure is high also, that is your adrenals. Okay, so that's another reason why you want to have the adrenal formula. So top number represents the kidneys. Oh, I'm telling you wrong. It's the other way around. Top number is your adrenals. The bottom number is your kidneys. So if your bottom number is above 75, they say 80 is good. I'd like to see at 75, okay? Then that's a symptom that your kidneys are not releasing. The top number has to do with your adrenal glands, and that's your adrenaline and your stress and those kinds of things. So that's why you would use an adrenal formula, okay? So all these things are in my Elevate account. I'll put a link in the description below. My email address is in there. If you guys have questions and things you want me to cover, please email me and I will be happy to do that. Also, my website is there. If you're someone who says this is just way too much for me, I really would like personal care, you can go to my website and book an appointment with me. I'd be happy to do that for you. But you can also learn because health is not complicated. Although, if you're looking at all the little tiny details, it can seem overwhelming. But let's just look at the big picture, you guys. Everything works together, okay? So eat right, get your plenty of rest, and, take your herbs and things that help you. Some herbs that you don't want to take when you have high blood pressure. They don't always raise people's blood pressure, but they can. So if you happen to be Like for instance, I put my husband on some prickly ash bark. Well, his blood pressure went up. So we had to take him off of that. Me, I run low. So prickly ash bark, butcher's broom, things like that are really good for me, and they help me to feel really energetic and give me good clarity, brain clarity. So butcher's broom, prickly ash bark, and licorice are all ones that you would want to stay away from. So how you can tell if you're looking at a herbal formula that you're not sure about is you look on the back, and they almost always say, talk to your doctor before you take this. That is just generic. What it will say, if it's something that you really want to pay attention to, they'll say contraindicated in cases of a certain medication, or if you're pregnant or nursing or you have high blood pressure. That's how you know to be careful about the herbal formulas that you're taking. Most people have more trouble with prescription drugs than they do with herbs. So please like and subscribe. Like I said, I am about helping you and teaching you the truth about what it takes. It's not about this deficiency and that deficiency, and I'm like your mama. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So please like and subscribe and share this with your friends. You guys have a wonderful day.